What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of Stories of the Studio. I'm your host, Danny Giraffa, and today I have the absolute honor of being able to sit down with an incredible powerhouse of a musician, and that is the one and only Kin Leyon. Now, not only does Kin record his own music, but he also has his own recording studio called Kids in the Attic that you can book today. Now, we're going to jump into that and a lot more in this episode, but beforehand, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to sit back, relax, and get ready to dive on in as we get ready to unfold yet another story of the studio. Kin, man, how you doing, brother?
Man, I feel at ease. I feel peace. A lot of good stuff right now. So, yeah, I'm just super grateful that you came, stopped by the studio, and I'm just thankful.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for having me, man. Before we started recording and everything, we had a moment, man. It's like, I don't know, you come across those moments sometimes and it's just like eye-opening epiphanies and stuff in a sense, dude, so it's powerful stuff, man. Powerful stuff. Maybe it's the incense getting to us, man.
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, but dude, thank you, Kim, for being here today, man, for allowing me to come here, man, and I'm excited, man.
Me too, man. I can't wait. We got Cub. You can't see Cub right now, but that's the studio dog. He's underneath our feet right now. He's protecting us and guarding us. So
he is, man. Absolutely cute, dude. The cutest, dude.
Yeah. So no, I appreciate you taking the time. You're a G. I told you that before the podcast. He's a G right here. So get with this guy. So yeah,
dude. And trust me when I say Kin's the OG, man. I can't wait to discuss some stuff with him, man. To learn a little bit more about him and to share his story. Because I think it's a very powerful one, and I think we can all learn a lot from Kin. So to get us started, man, Kin, why don't you just go ahead and just kind of introduce yourself, man? Tell us who you are, what you're into, and just kind of what you got going on, man.
Man, my name is Kin. I am an artist and a sinner,
dude,
and a big sinner. So I just tried to share the light of God, the light of Jesus to anyone that comes across my path. And if that's through business, then I'll do that. If that's through music, then I'll do that. But if it's just through conversation, then if I could, give someone some light, then I've done my job.
Absolutely, man. No, that's so true. I feel like it's something that we could all use a little bit of right now, especially, man. I know these have been like really trying times, like there's been a lot of pain, a lot of suffering and stuff I feel the last few years, man. And, sometimes you get to a position where, it's easy to get lost in that darkness, dude.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
So man, I admire you for wanting to spread that light.
Yeah, man. A couple years ago, my father died, and it was the hardest thing that I had to go through. And I was so lost. So, like, I don't know what you're going through, but going through darkness it sucks. So, I'm sorry that you got to go through what you got to go through. That sucks, man. So,
no, I appreciate that, bro.
You got people there for you, though. Don't forget that. You always got people there for you.
That's what I'm saying, man. And same for you too, Kim, man. Dude, there's always a light at the end of it all, man. So just stay strong, brother. Amen, man.
Yeah, let's go.
We were joking around beforehand. We were like, dude, this isn't even going to be a podcast about music, dude.
You guys didn't realize you're going to church today.
Perfection. But dude, hit the gospel, my friend. Hit the gospel.
Oh, bro.
Let it be.
Bro.
I'll not destroy your eardrums.
You should destroy their eardrums.
Dude. Okay, man. Kind of reeling it back to the music, man. When did you first get introduced into music, and how did your musical journey come to be, man?
I started playing the clarinet when I was in 5th grade.
Dude.
I had the chance to play violin or clarinet, and for some reason I picked clarinet. I don't know why. But yeah, I just did that till I was in sophomore year in high school. And I just kind of fell out of love with music. Like, I didn't like the structuredness of it, and I didn't like how it felt like everything I did was like so boring and monotonous. So I just quit. But my church needed a drummer, and I was really good at Rock Band. So I was like, I could figure it out. So as I just started playing drums for my church, and yeah, I just kept doing it. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to write a song. It was the most random thing ever. And I really, up until I was like 16, I'd never had any passion in like writing music, poetry, really in music at all. But then I just like decided to write a song. And sorry, I burped. And I just decided to write some music, and like I was able to write a song, and it's like I never knew I was capable of doing that. And
Right.
so I was like, whoa, like this is crazy. And I remember I wrote my first song actually in my church that I went to as a kid, and I didn't realize, but that was a seed that was planted that yeah, I just fell in love with it. But like I was kind of caught up in the whole like school, sports, just kind of living like trying to just go to college and just do the normal American thing, you know, get good grades, go to college, get a good job, invest in a 401k, all that jazz. And I remember one day I went to Indiana University, Bloomington for a year and a half. And I remember one day being like, I felt like a robot. Like I felt like I feel like everything that I learned was someone else trying to tell me what to do. And I felt like I had never like learned how to be an individual.
Yeah.
And I feel like music has really showed me how to express myself and have those emotions that I didn't know were in me, and say things that I didn't know I could say, and different parts of my personality that I didn't know were there. So I feel like what drives me is like artistry and creativity can like really change your perspective about yourself and about the world around you. And I'm just trying to learn more about the world, and for me, music is how I do it.
It's incredible, man. No, that's so beautiful too. And you know, I'm so glad that you brought that up too, because you know, I know people call it the universal language, man, but there is such like an innate power in music, dude.
Yeah.
Like you can express yourself exactly like you were saying, and it's like I remember, I think I saw an interview of like Bob Dylan, and he was saying that the songs almost came to him in a sense, you know? And he's like, and then he got a little bit older, and he's like, yeah, I'm not that person anymore. So it's crazy, but
Wow.
yeah, I know. But dude, you know, it's like there's a power, and it just like oozes from you in a sense, man. So I think that's a beautiful thing. Wanted to like kind of harness into that, man, and just look at the world in a different perspective, and you know, just kind of learn more about yourself too. Exactly like you were saying, dude.
Yeah.
But man, so kind of leading into that too, when you're writing music, is that something like, can you kind of give us some insight into what your process is like, man? Like, is it just kind of what you're feeling that day, or what's your whole mentality behind it, man?
So, for me, my friend Bryce once said that like music is like trying to catch lightning in a bottle.
Yes.
And as I've written more music, I'm like, yeah, he's totally right. So sometimes it's like a voice memo, and like I'll just get an idea, and then like I just have to like try to capture it, because things can kind of come and go. Sometimes I dream songs, so like I'll get ideas from dreams. And I know it sounds crazy, and it
No.
says I actually think I'm crazy saying it out loud, but I don't always get them. But luckily, God is like, I think He sometimes gives me songs in my dreams, which is sick. So I can't really say that it's like all from me. I would say actually none of it is from me. I think it's like, I think music is like, I think spiritual forces are trying to speak, you know, good or bad. And I feel like music is a way for the spirit world to talk to the physical. And so I feel like it's important to be really grounded. And for me, like I feel like grounded in like God and Jesus. And so like I feel almost a responsibility to like spread light, and, you know, because music is powerful and it can influence people. So I have to, I guess, Not that I'm special or anything, but it's just like just something to be mindful of on my end.
Absolutely, but you are special, man.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, no, seriously, man. Dude, like that's a very beautiful thing, man. You know, it's a very selfless thing too to want to sit there and like be that light within the darkness, exactly how we were saying earlier, dude.
Yeah.
You know, that's a very, very admirable thing, man. So, man, I feel the love, man.
Good. I hope you do.
Dude.
Yeah, we try to, here at Kids in the Attic, we really try to, like, I think one of the best compliments you told me was, like, the first time you came here, you felt almost like, it felt very homey and like a family, which is great. You know, that's what we're trying to create, you know, a community and really let people feel like, you know, love. Because oftentimes in the world, it can be so absent of love. And you never know who's just having such a hard day. And like if I could give people even like an hour of just relief from their crazy lives, like I feel like, man, that's what I strive for.
Absolutely, man. I love that, dude. So when it came to actually opening up the studio, man, can you kind of give us some like an insight into how that came to be?
It's crazy. this whole experience about trying to make the studio work. It's been good, bad, awesome, terrible, like all the emotions you could think of. But I honestly, it was like a month before I got to studio, I was praying to God. I was like, I just need like a space where I could let my creativity, just let it be, let it unleash. Because I just couldn't where I was at. And I knew I needed a big space. And so I saw this space and it was on the market for like an hour. And I called the dude up and I looked at the space and I fell in love with this space. And I was like, oh yeah, I got to swoop this up. And at the time I had enough cash flow to afford it. Well, then I realized like if you don't save, how much of a bad decision that could be. So I've had to like really struggle and grind to keep this place afloat. But honestly, it wasn't me. It was God always providing in every month. Like we've somehow managed to like, you know, keep the lights open. And I feel like we're heading into a season where like, I feel like the business is just going to explode. So I'm really just pumped and nervous to like see it unfold.
Seriously though, man. And that's a beautiful thing in itself too, dude. You know, like I feel like if you have something good within your heart, you know, if you have almost like a cause, a reason that you want to be here and like you want to share something, it's a good positive message, a good feeling, a good experience, man. Like it ultimately is going to work out. You know, you have to have that faith, man. And like, I don't know. Sometimes it does seem like it really is like that divine intervention, man. So
definitely,
dude, just keep doing what you're doing, man. You know, like,
thanks.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Anytime, man. So, you know, now that you have the studio up and running, man, what would you say is like your hope for potential people that come in and, you know, get to experience what it's like here in the studio? Like what do you want them to feel and what do you want them to get out of booking?
So I want them to leave with something more than they came in with. So like if their song is better, if they learn something, if like they could take something away from their experience, that is like, it's almost like my goal is like, when you come in here, you learn something, you took something away. Like I could give you something, you know, even if it's just a little piece of knowledge or if it's just a better song, you know, I don't know. I can't like really force that, but that's right. Like that's what I hope happens. Rick Rubin said that like, making music is like fishing. And like I can only hope to write a good song. I can't really force the process. So right. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Dude, that's beautiful. I know I keep saying it, but that's kind of like my catchphrase. I feel like, oh yeah, it's beautiful, man. But
dude, it's beautiful, man. Sometimes life is beautiful. Sometimes life sucks, but sometimes life is very beautiful.
And seriously is, man. You know, and I feel like that's what we need to kind of focus on sometimes, man.
True.
Because yeah, man, it gets tough, man. But there's a lot of beauty in the world that you just gotta be open to it sometimes, man. You know.
Definitely.
Sweet, dude. What would you say is probably like the biggest goal that you have for this place, man? You know, for the future, even how like, do you feel like you might have like projects outside of even just a studio? Like what,
Oh yeah,
dude?
I feel like where we're going as a company, we're probably, I don't know. My goal is to get into every state in the U.S.
Dude.
So like we're gonna build a network of creatives across the nation, basically. So yeah, like equipping artists for the next generation.
Absolutely. That's sweet, dude. Now, can I kind of want to, go back and like backtrack a little bit to your music. Would you say that as you've kind of like grown and, experienced life as a person yourself, do you feel like maybe your music and like the things that you find yourself writing songs about has changed along with you?
Definitely.
Dude.
I feel like you can get technically proficient as an artist, and that's great. You can become the best producer. But when you grow as a person, I feel that there's a direct correlation to growing as a person to making great art. Which I know some people say like, oh, like if you're like crazy or you got all these mental illnesses, then like you're gonna make better art. Me personally, I don't buy into that because I think that is gonna chain someone and not make them free. I think the definition of creativity is freedom. And so I just really I lost my train of thought. I'm not gonna lie.
You're okay.
Squirrel brain. I spend too much time on the computer, man. Spend more time in nature.
No, seriously.
See, go in nature. That's the moral of the story.
Absolutely. No, speaking of which, dude, I love just when I say that this is like a homey environment. I'll have to put in some clips and stuff of the studio itself, but dude, we are in nature. We
vibe, man.
Dude.
We're trying to have a good time here.
No, seriously, man. Dude, I love it though, brother. Like, dude, you have a plan. Like, you have a part to play in everything, man. And like, I feel you where maybe it is God's plan. Like, he put you on this earth to do this, man. Because this is something that we were kind of talking about beforehand too, where it's like there is so much raw creativity in this area that it's like I feel like people don't realize it.
Definitely.
So, dude, I'm not saying this just to say it. I feel like you might be the key to all of this, dude. We're like,
wow, that's
dude.
That's
because man, like. This, it's so strange to me. Like, I almost feel like we were kind of destined to meet up today, dude, because I kind of told you, man, yes, yet for real, dude.
God. He's the best.
Got it, man. But
all glory to God, man.
Seriously, dude. But yeah, man, like we were talking about this a little bit before we started recording, and it's like, I feel like I'm probably not the only one that experienced this, especially within the last few years, dude, but I felt so lost, like I felt so detached from myself and from the person that I was before, so it's like I lost my way. But for whatever reason, dude, like I just kind of had this realization where I was like, whoa, dude, like I need to come back to this, And as I was like, even going back and thinking about starting up the podcast and stuff, you were one of the first people that I thought about. Like, you instantly came to my mind, and I was like, dude, I need to go and meet up with Kin. So I reached out to you just Wednesday, dude, and you said that you were down to record it. Today's Friday, man. So it was like destined to happen, dude. You know, and even beforehand, man, like. This has just been such an eye-opening experience, even outside of like the whole music thing, dude. Like, it's just been a powerful and like opening and enlightening experience being here, dude.
Yeah.
So, man,
it's great. And we all got a role to play.
We do. But man, I got the shivers, dude. But man,
it's real.
It is, dude.
This place about to pop.
It is, dude.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Northwest Indiana.
Seriously, dude. What would you say is like what you're most excited about for this whole like this expansion and this like this pop, dude?
I think I'm most excited to see people find freedom in Jesus,
dude. Seriously,
and I think that I think for so long that people, especially Western culture, can just look at Jesus and just feel like it's part of their life, but never experience him. And that's what makes me sad, is because Jesus is so rich. And I'm not talking about material wealth, I'm talking about spiritual. Like, he's rich in a way that you don't even need money. You don't even need possessions. Like, he's so fulfilling that like even before this podcast, like I had goosebumps on my arm and I was like, I don't need anything right now. Like, I don't want anything. I don't need anything. I'm just cool where I'm at right now. And in Western culture, that's so opposite of how we live our lives. You know,
Absolutely.
It's always the next best thing. You know,
the newest phone and
who's famous now, who's famous today. You know,
seriously.
So like, and I think the beauty of Jesus is that he never changes. He's always got your back and he's always there for you. And I just can't believe it. You know, I was lost. You know, and he relentlessly pursued me, and he never stopped pursuing me, and he has never stopped pursuing you, you know, and he loves you he loves you so deeply and desperately. And like, you're gonna look in your future and be like, oh, God was there, but I just didn't see him. And you're gonna be like, it's amazing. So I'm excited for you to experience that.
Thank you, man.
And I'm excited because I think that Northwest Indiana is gonna have a move of God. It's not gonna be a move of creativity, it's gonna be a move of God.
Yeah.
And it's going to be undeniable. And I cannot wait to see people just, I've had so many moments where I'm like, God, like, this is so amazing. Like, it's just so amazing how he's worked in my life. And I just want this community. I want Northwest Indiana to just even get a glimpse of just the beauty, because, oh man, I could talk about this for days.
For sure,
because Jesus is amazing, bro. Like, let me give you a practical example. If you're going through depression, if you're going through anxiety, if you're going through different things, if you're going through things that just don't make sense, like you're like, everything is against you. Well, it's because that we live in a spiritual warfare. That's not a lie. It's the truth. And that if you call on the name of Jesus, he will save you. And that's a fact. So try it next time.
Absolutely. Powerful stuff, man. Oh, this is getting deep.
I only got one level, and that's deep. Like, I only got one speed.
That's good, man. No, seriously. I love it though, dude. Okay, man. Is there anything else that you want to say before we start wrapping up things, man? Anything that's important to you? A message that you want to share with everybody, man?
Parents, Hope, 11, Rascal, God, Goosebumps, Trust and Take the Leap of Faith, Let Go of the Vine, and Sarah. That's it.
I love it, dude. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. That's all. No, man, like, if you want to find a place where you'll be loved, then come to our studio, because like, maybe we can't, like, I don't know, like, maybe we're not the best, you know, but like, we'll try to do our best to help you out, you know, in any way we can. So just hit us up.
Absolutely, man. And what's the best way for people to reach out for you and to book you, man?
We're on Instagram, Kids in the Attic. Message us on Facebook, Kids in the Attic. We got, if you type in Google, Kids in the Attic, we're on all that stuff. I'm on Instagram, Kin Leyon, but, you know, Kids in the Attic is the best way to get a hold of me.
Absolutely, brother. Okay, man. Thank you so much for coming, like, you know, letting me come here.
I got one more thing to say.
Yes.
Hit up Danny.
Aw, man.
All right. Dude. You need to hit him up. If you need work, hit this guy up, because he's got you.
Dude, thank you. And dude, same thing for Kin though. Like, dude, I'm being so genuine here. You come here and it is just the most heartwarming and like welcoming place that you will experience. You know, like, you come in and it feels like you've been here before. It feels like,
wow, that's amazing, man.
Seriously, dude.
That's quite the compliment. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. Dude, I'm gonna like nestle up in the corner right now.
Yeah, we have a blanket actually for him. It's
Dude,
a comforting blanket, you know. It's gonna be okay, man.
We've got this.
Appreciate it, man.
Anytime, brother. I appreciate you. But you guys, seriously, give Kin a reach, like follow him, support him, and like that this goes for everybody too, like this is something we were talking about too. We have to stick together throughout this all, man, and like it's all about spreading the love. It's all about spreading the love and helping the people around you, man. Even if it's something as simple as like spreading word, there are so many hidden gems such as Kin and the studio that like they deserve recognition. They deserve recognition, and I will do whatever I can to help you and to spread word, dude.
Thank you.
Anytime, brother. But you guys, once again, this has been Kin Leyon. I'm Danny Giraffa, and thank you so much for tuning in for another story with the studio.